Testing 1, 2, 3. We're up and running. Right. Everything is green right now. See how long that lasts. Okay. It's kind of weird when I'm live and I'm watching myself on a delay. Because it's like about 5 seconds delayed. Something like that. Anyways, welcome to the Opti-Mystic M. I'm your host, Michelle, and we're live. Today, I'd like to talk about my last week of annual training. But first, I'm going to go over a few updates. Now, originally I was going to do this as a pre-recorded video, but I decided, what the hell, let's do it as a live one instead. Plus, I can get some feedback, some live feedback, like now. Anybody on? Nope, nobody's on. No worries. I'm going to keep going. I didn't really broadcast this out as being, oh, I'm going live right now. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. But you can always see this later. It's a pre-recorded cast. It's no problem there. It's kind of like watching Twitch sometimes, except I'm not playing any games at the moment. So, just go over some quick, brief life updates. I'm not going to be long on this video. I know I always say that, and it ends up being like an hour long. No, I don't see this being any more than 30 minutes, but if it does, maybe a little bit over that. How's everyone doing today? So, life up. So today actually, I attended a memorial gathering, basically in memory of someone that passed away recently. Mostly an acquaintance of mine. I met him a few times. I mentioned this before. Actually, I mentioned this on a video regarding depression, stress, and such. So give that video a watch. It gives you more details on exactly what happened. Actually, 1 second. 2:30. Because I'm trying to keep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to make an update here. Well, the thing is, I can do it live, and I might as well just do it now. Anyway, so we went to the memorial, and I had to pick up my friend. Actually, yeah, the only way I knew the guy was through her. And anyways, I picked her up, went there, we're kind of talking in the car. Well, didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. Damn it, it's doing it again. It's always good at a certain point, and then it just stutters for some reason. I don't freaking I just got. The only thing I'm doing is downloading something at the moment. Plus, I have the stream going. Damn, now it's it's a pain in my butt. It always happens at the beginning too. Maybe it's just like leveling out. And it's Sunday, of course. It's gotta have issues on Sundays. I don't even know if I can't really see myself live at the moment. It's just like, hoping it'll get better, that's all. I don't even see my time moving anymore. That's scary. Like, the stream is still going in the program, but it's not doing anything in YouTube at the moment. That's concerning. Like, I had nothing right now. The browser is somewhat responsive. I just wanted to make a change. That's all I wanted to do. Jeez. I don't see the time moving, so I don't know if maybe the video stopped. I don't know. It's hot in here. Oh, wait. It just moved. The time hasn't moved yet, but I just saw a little... Oh, man. This is such a pain in my butt right now. That's one thing about live is anything can happen. You start up, it's good. Next thing you know, it's like, what happened, dude? I swear, we used to have this app called Roar. Instant video, if you're familiar with it. But biggest issue was it dropped quite a bit. And it was just like, it was huge because like you're doing a live cast, right? Like you want to do a live cast, you have your audience listening and everything, and it just drops out. Like this has happened to me and other people that I knew or know, and it's always like a pain in the ass, and they never fixed it. Like it got better, and then like they made some huge update, and it never recovered. And you can't find it today. It's no longer in existence, but that was a huge thing. See if it'll come back up, man. Damn. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Like, well, the program says that it's getting plenty of coverage. It's 7 minutes. It says encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or something. I didn't make any changes to it. The only thing I could imagine is my uploading internet is kind of crappy right now. It's the only thing I could. I don't know. How do I see if I'm live? Because I can't even see myself. The browser is kind of it's bogged down for some reason right now. So let's see what I can do. It's behind quite a bit right now. Bear with, please bear. Oh, there it is. It's green again. It's green again. Holy cow! It was green for a second. Is anybody awake? I know Australia side, you guys are, well, it's about 20 hours ahead, essentially. I think we're good again. I see the numbers moving again. That's always a good sign. Okay. I don't want to say much in between because I know like it drops out half the time. My freaking recovering. Okay, so I think we're good right now. I can't get any verification at the moment. Let me see. And maybe one day I'll come back and edit this. Let's see. It says that I am live. Of course, that's a good sign. You click it. Click it or tick it. And it looks pretty crappy, but okay. I see myself moving. That's a good sign. Okay. As long as I'm good on that, I mean, it looks shitty, but I'll be alright. Where was I? I was like, okay, so I went to my acquaintance, my friends, went to a memorial of acquaintance of mine, and I took my friend, and we were talking in the car, basically about like how it would go, just kind of awkward. Dude lost his brother, so we didn't really know what to expect when we got there. And I was like, well, we shall see. We'll just go and we'll just kind of take it play by ear, kind of thing. And it ended up, he was cool. Hadn't seen him in a while. Actually, most of the people that was there, I haven't seen like in forever. And only connection I have with them is through my friend who I took there, which is ironic because like she's the only connection I have meeting everybody else. Like this whole crew, like used to party together, kind of thing, and then things kind of settled down for the last couple of years. Everybody went their separate ways, and that's how it's been. Has been less parties, and it's been kind of like that. Anyway, I mean, it was cool. Had some good food, good laughs, and that's how the acquaintance would have wanted it. Well, I don't want to say any names on here, but just out of respect and stuff like that. But it ended up being good. It went well. And we didn't stay too long, like about 3 hours at most. I was like, well, it's Sunday. I don't want to get too crazy or too hammered. And I think most people had the general idea because Monday is tomorrow. Don't get too nuts. But anyway, it was all good. And on to the next topic. I'm going to talk about the end of my annual training. So basically, before I get to that, I just like to say that I equated to summer camp because, well, let's go back for a second here. So when I was growing up, summer camp used to be about a week, unless you did day camp. And they did day camp, but it was obviously a day, right? Anyway, summer camp, mom would drive me there, and it was like, it was awesome. Wait a minute, hold on. This goes back to being live. I gotta fix something real quick. Force quit. Sometimes you just gotta force quit it. Okay. So anyways, you get dropped off at this place. Called it Camp Rayburn. And I had never heard of the place, but I mean, I was young. And they have this sign out in front. It seemed like it took forever to get to this place. When I remember driving, like, to it didn't take that long. But as a kid, like, everything is bigger, it's huge. Like, it's like an adventure, an exploration of some sort. It's just like, so when my mom was driving down this road, this dirt road to this place, it was like, everything was new. And anyways, throughout that whole week, of course, I'd meet like new people, make new friends, and we do various activities and archery, and it was camp, it was fun. And then of course we'd have times every day where we'd go to the lake and go for a swim. Of course, I couldn't swim for crap. I didn't know how to swim, so I stayed close to the shore, and I'd go probably waist deep at most because it was hot. You don't want to just stay on the shore when it's hot. It was good times, I tell you that. Summer camp was fun times, and the reason why I kind of equate this annual training to summer camp is like, for me, it's kind of like, well, getting away from work for 2 weeks is a godsend. 1. 2, it's like a vacation, and not really a vacation because I'm working, but if you ever heard the term working holiday, then it's kind of like that. I'm working during the holiday, but I'm getting paid while doing something that's kind of interesting and kind of fun at the same time. Kind of fun in a way where it's, again, interesting. I'm learning something new, and I'm I'm fulfilled in a way. I'm doing something, I'm creating something. So basically, without boring you or explaining too much, is I worked with, we call it Shop. I call it Shop 99. Um, Shop 99 is huge, but I worked with a small group within that shop. And our goal, our objective basically was to create various cables for submarines. Anyways, without going into too many details, because some of that stuff is confidential, we'd create these cables, and we would just basically fulfill orders. Came in, they would come in probably every day, if not every other day. They would come in and we'd take the time to actually make them, because sometimes they weren't created, and if they were, we would just refurbish them. We'd first basically replace the tape, stuff like that. Basically electrician stuff, which is something I'm just getting accustomed to because I haven't really done anything in my rate as an EM or electrician's mate. So this is actually the first time I actually got to do that, and it's pretty interesting. Like I said, you meet these cool people. Like this guy, I mean, he's a trip. Like he's like the guy, and he makes the day that interesting just by being him. He's a cool guy. If you're ever in the area on AT or whatever and Shop 99, you know what I'm talking about. You can't miss him. Anyway, cool guy. He was like our supervisor. Well, kind of like our supervisor. And there was a supervisor over him. But anyways, you meet these various people, and everyone has like their own persona. You'll meet them. Of course, it takes me like a day to get accustomed to everybody's like how they are. And after that, I mean, it's just like every day is like being a part of the shipyard. That's all I was doing. I was helping the shipyard accomplish their objectives, and I basically was successful in doing that. Every day, and without fail, we had to be there at 6:30. 6:30 muster, we call it. Kind of reminds me of active duty Navy or even reserve sometimes. We muster in the morning, goes over any things that we need to know about, and goes over this whole spiel, safety basically, be safe, and then the day would start. And of course, every day, because everybody has their own thing, right? At a certain time, we'd have a little snack, go back to work, then lunchtime, then work again, work some more, snack time, work a little bit more, and then muster for the end of the day and break by 3 o'clock. Well, at 3 o'clock. We're not supposed to leave before that. That's how every day went. And besides the fact that it was early as hell, it was like I had to wake up like a freaking 4:45-ish. Had to wake up every day. Besides the fact that it was early and had to, traffic wasn't that bad actually. Getting out of here wasn't that bad. Getting to the gate, freaking horrid. It's freaking horrid. I mean, I don't expect anything because it's like morning times. It's just hate it. But besides that, it's a normal 8-hour shift. I get paid about the same for doing an 8-hour shift as I get paid doing 11 hours on my regular job, which I will talk about later. It's just, that's why it's like a vacation to me. It's just like I don't have to majorly stress over like this craziness, and I get to go back to it tomorrow. Actually, I went back yesterday. So Saturday kind of started off slow. It's the way I want it. Start back off Saturday instead of going back straight into it. Straight away on Monday, which would be, I'd probably blow a gasket. But anyway, so every day was cool, man. I overall I enjoyed it. And again, it goes back to I met these people in the network. Now I know them. They know me. They know I'm local. I live here, so it's only a matter of time If we hang out, if we do, if you don't, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I think it'd be cool if we did, but people are busy. People have families, stuff like that. So I understand. I really do. I don't have a family. I'm single, so I'm more flexible. Which brings me to my next point. I still have to make I'm I'm coming out with a series. I'm gonna keep saying it until it actually happens. But I'm coming out with a series for single people, and that may or may not. Well, it'll absolutely talk about dating, but my experience in dating is very, very minimum. So we won't hear much about it. You hear things that I've done, stuff like that. But anyways, I digress. So anyway, overall, the last 2 weeks it's been the best annual training I've had, and I gotta tell you, because I do one every year, right? I've done one every year for the past since 2011. Well, starting with 2012, 2011 for me was the beginning of my reservist. So 12 and on minus 1 year, which is 2015, because I was supposed to do a annual training, but what happened was that was the year I studied abroad. Later, couldn't get an AT off the ground before that time, so I ended up not doing one for that year. Had to go through this whole paperwork thing and why I couldn't do it, kind of thing. Because I had planned to do the broad thing well before that. I mean, AT is always like a thing that's in the background, but I couldn't get one off the ground in time. And the one that I did get off the ground was like right at the beginning of my study abroad. So the timing just sucked. So I ended up not going to South Korea that year. I was supposed to go to South Korea, didn't happen. But I am going to Australia instead, so it's cool. Anyway, so the end of summer camp is here. And what other thoughts can I give you on this? I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, well, oh yeah, another thing. I save a lot of money. I brought my lunch every day. So I saved money there. I didn't get per diem because I'm local. But it's alright. I get to avoid the hassle of traveling. I love traveling, but the process of actually going from point A to point B can just be, for lack of better words. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you travel a lot, that's the sucky part. Unless you're going by boat or something, but then it still takes forever. Forever. So yeah, that's the end of summer camp. And then the funny thing is, summer hasn't officially started yet. But how many days? It's tomorrow's the 19th, so actually a couple of days. Yeah. So after it's the 20th, right? So Tuesday, summer officially starts. So end of spring camp, if you want to call it that, but it's Hawaii. It only stays basically spring. It stays like late spring and summer here for the most part. There's not many deviations from that. It's the warmer season and the warmer season, and sometimes rainy season. I guess you can say there's three. I think that's about it. Well, I go back to my job tomorrow. I started Saturday, but tomorrow I'm gonna be like balls to the walls again. The thought crossed my mind because somebody asked me this question while I was at AT was I am I interested in actually applying? Now, mind you, the application process to get in Shipyard can take months. So you have to start like months in advance. And that's just getting into the Shipyard. Doesn't um, well, it does not even bring to the table that specific shop just yet. Being an electrician now, basically you're if you're getting into that place, it's the needs of the shipyard. I was supposed to talk about the shipyard life a little bit, wasn't I? Yes. What? Oh my gosh. Okay. So you guys are probably curious, what is a shipyard? Almost totally forgot about this. The shipyard is a place where most people wear hard hats, safety glasses, and safety boots, steel toe boots. That's just what you see on the outside. Now, when I was active duty Navy, it was kind of like this thing, like that's the shipyard. What I think most people fail to get is that the shipyard itself is composed of people. People make the shipyard. They support the active duty force 24/7. I mean, they may not be there 24/7, but there are different shifts that do work that long. When I was active duty, I didn't really think about it at the time. I didn't think, well, somebody had to make these different cables or components or repair or whatever, right? Civilians, they do. They do that work. And so, I guess right now I'd like to thank the shipyard force for all the work they do, because I'm not sure, like, well, you haven't heard from me. I'm saying thank you because you guys do a lot of work out there, and I appreciate it, and there's a lot of other people that do appreciate what you do out there. So, keep up the good work. I know sometimes we butt heads and between, well, I'm not part of the active force anymore, but some people do some dumb stuff out there, and it's just like, you guys work your asses off, and I do appreciate that. And it was great actually being a part of the team for a little bit while I was there. The guys treated me well, treated me like a part of the shipyard force, the family, basically. Anyways, I wanted to wrap that up. But I think that's about it. Like I said, I don't want to drag this out. So we're about there, almost 30 minutes. Cool. So we're on schedule. What's next? So again, I was going back to, I entertained the idea of applying, but I could do it for a short term, but I don't know about doing it as like a job. It's cool like to be a part of it for a short time, but to do it as a full-time job, I don't know. It's a big change from what I'm trying to do, what I'm striving to accomplish. So I mean, it's not really in my neighborhood, but like I said, I'm game to do it like on a short term. Like if I did another AT or something like that before getting out, that's what I would do. Let's see. Well, again, Australia's coming up. I got about less than 3.5 weeks. Yes. Vacation, like real vacation. Like I get to travel. Real vacation. Hopefully meet up with some friends that I made over there. And then a lady friend that I made. I don't know about the lady friend, but I say if you don't really know, because I haven't really told this story on here, and I'm probably not going to for a while since it's a work in progress. I say things you don't like. One of the things you don't talk about is like if you're in a relationship. Well, pretty much if you're in a relationship at all, you don't really talk about it on here. That's kind of confidential. It's really confidential actually, but I mean there isn't really much going on. It's just the fact that the reason is because there isn't much going on and it's building up towards it. Hopefully, if that makes any sense. Okay, probably wondering. So basically, I met this lady friend. I'm gonna say this in a future cast. I'm pretty sure. My Australia series, travel series. I met this lady friend of mine. I call her that. I'm gonna call her that. I'm not gonna give any names, but I met this lady friend. And granted, I was there for 5 months, so we'd see each other off and on throughout the whole time, and so we kind of established this somewhat of a relationship. Of not really anything serious, nothing serious at all. Anyways, before I left, I was like, hey, I know I'm leaving, kind of thing. I'm leaving. I don't know when I'm coming back. And I already knew this up front that maybe she wasn't like, I don't know if she's like really interested or not. So I was like, what the hell? What's the worst that can happen? What's the best thing that can happen, right? That's the mindset I had and still have to this day. So balls out. I tell her how I feel. And I was like, hey, I'm leaving soon. I know this is reality. I know it's hard to have any kind of relationship, long term, distance, whatever relationship. And I just told her, hey, realistically how it was. Like basically, like I know how it is. I mean, if you're interested or anything like that, I would like to, at the very least, be friends. Realistically, I think that's the best move I could have done. It's just, I'd like more than that, obviously, but if realistically speaking, and she genuinely told me that she's not ready. And I'm not ready either. I wasn't ready at the time, and I was like, yeah, I get it. And so it leaves the door open, possibilities, right? A year and a half later, because it'll be about a year and a half by the time go back on my vacation. It'll be about a year and a half since we met, or actually since we last met. It'll be about 2 years since we met. So, like I said, it's a very fragile thing. I'm not gonna assume anything. I'm not gonna assume anything. I'm not going to expect anything. I'll expect what she told me. She told me, hey, I'm not ready. I want to be focused. Just focused on doing what she's doing. That's respectable, right? I'm the same way. We're in the same boat. I'm not ready. We're far apart. Realistically speaking, it's like what are the odds, right? What are the odds that something can happen? But anyway, that's something. So that's a little bonus for you guys. A little bonus to know a little bit more about my relationship situation. So, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. I thank you for coming on, tuning in as always. And if you like what you see in here, please like and subscribe for more content. And definitely share and share like if you think anybody else will benefit from this, as there is a little bit of information here as well. Not just a vlog purely, but sometimes I like to add some little tips in there as well. I think that is about it. definitely stay tuned to my next video. I have a few in the works. In the works meaning they're written out or writing. They're conception phase at the moment, but it's a start. As far as how many videos I'm going to be releasing per week, I'm going to stay at a minimum of at least once per week. So this week's actually a bonus. I'm a little late on releasing for last week. So there will be 2 videos this week. I'm thinking about doing at least a vlog and something else. Something else could be anything from any different segment. Like I said, this is not purely a vlog. Kind of weird to explain, but it's a vlog, but it's like it's a segment, it's a series, it's a specific series of vlogs in a way, and it gives information. So anyways, so what I'm planning to do, regardless of whether you see this segment come up in the future, and you will, I plan on releasing at least a vlog per week and then something else. So that's a project I'm working on to add more content, right? And I understand there's an audience out there, my family, friends, and followers alike that watch. And I'm going to put out what I'm going to put out. I don't really have a specific audience that I'm like really catering to. Basically anybody that tunes in and says, "Oh, that sounds like me." Basically, that's the audience I'm catering to. It's not all over the place. It's more like it's a snapshot of my life, and I'm presenting you information regarding whether that's business, whether that's traveling, whether that's cooking. Cause I cook sometimes. Oh crap! I just remembered. I was gonna have to wait till tomorrow. I have a new recipe I'm cooking. I was supposed to do it today because of Memorial, and I already ate. I said screw it, and I didn't eat. I didn't make dinner today because I had dinner already. I had a very huge late lunch, so that's good enough, right? Anyways, I'm cooking this new recipe. It's new to me because I've never cooked it before. But it's chicken stir fry. There will be photos coming. I guarantee it. Stay tuned for that. I think that's about it. You guys are awesome. Oh, and before I forget, because I don't ever say this, but if you want to be notified of my future uploads and streams, please tap that bell icon and you'll be notified whenever I upload or stream anything. Okay? Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I'm the Opti-Mystic M. Well, I am the Opti-Mystic M, but you're at the Opti-Mystic M, and I am Michelle. I will see you later on the next cast. Stay tuned. Wait for it. Oh.